Hamas releases 2 American hostages, a mother and daughter. A spokesperson for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced that Hamas's armed wing released a mother and daughter, both American citizens, into Israeli custody Friday. President Biden said he was overjoyed about the return of the 2 hostages, who were among the hundreds taken in a massive cross-border attack on October 7th. Earlier in the day, United Nations Secretary-General António Guterres visited the Rafah crossing between Egypt and the Gaza Strip. Standing by aid trucks he said were still blocked from reaching Palestinians who have no food, no medicine, no fuel. He described the trucks as a lifeline for nearly 2 million people in Gaza under siege and Israeli strikes, adding that, "We need to make them move." President Biden says he's overjoyed about return of American hostages. President Biden said he was overjoyed about the return of the 2 Americans held hostage by Hamas in a statement following their release Friday. The president promised the full support of the U.S. government to the mother and daughter who were brought to Israel after 2 weeks as hostages in Gaza. From the earliest moments of this attack, we have been working around the clock to free American citizens who were taken hostage by Hamas, and we have not ceased our efforts to secure the release of those who are still being held, Biden said, thanking Qatar and Israel for their partnership. Biden, a day after framing the Israel-Gaza war as a fight for democracy in a primetime Oval Office speech, added his administration would continue making efforts to return all the American hostages to safety. As president, "I have no higher priority than the safety of Americans held hostage around the world," he said. 2 American hostages released to Israel, Prime Minister's office says. An Israeli-American mother and daughter who were being held hostage by Hamas have been released to Israel, a spokesperson for Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said in a statement. Judith Tai Raanan and her daughter Natalie Shoshana Raanan were released Friday evening and were received by Brig General Gal Hirsch, the Israeli official coordinating the efforts to free the hostages, at Israel's border with Gaza, the statement said. At this moment, the statement said, they are on their way to a meeting point at a military base in the center of the country, where their family members are waiting for them. The mother and daughter, who live in Evanston, were kidnapped